MR rune page. And he's just going to go mid and shut down Orianna. I think that's what's going to happen. That's what I think their plan would be, because Gragas can kind of handle Cho'gath in that he can stay far from him. Bot lanes are going to be very interesting though, so let's have a quick look right away at Xpeaker. And I see, yep, 51 magic resist, called it, is a almost full magic resist rune page. He just does not want to take any damage from Orianna, and he wants to really, really shut her down.
So let's see if we get this level 1 fight kicking off. Actually, both teams headed in a similar direction, at least for now. You see Fnatic setting themselves up in and around by their golem buff. Actually going to take the tri-bush there off towards that bottom lane.
Yeah, that's very safe, because CLG have been known to ambush in this tri-bush. So staying there yourself is a very, very nice way to counter that ambush. And that's exactly what they may be doing. Oh, yes, it is. I see this. I know the CLG strategy. I've seen it before. Are they actually clairvoyancing it? Yeah, they clairvoyanced it, I believe. Did they? I'm not sure if they did.
No, they clairvoyanced over by the golem buff.
Oh, yeah. So they're either going to wait here or they're going to go down to the tri-bush. Actually, this is a new one to me. And I think Fnatic know where CLG are, don't they? Do they? I don't know.
Wait a minute. Neither team knows where the others are. They're pinging around, but I don't think they know it exactly, to be honest.
Oh, but they're standing against the far wall, so if there's some Shushay comes from here, he's probably going to be safe. Is he going to be safe? No! Flash pulverizer, that's going to be first blood for St. Vicious.
Absolutely amazing stuff there. And well, Shushi coming around wasn't the safest path he could have taken there.
Nope.
And I guess CLG are just going to hang around here and take away this golem buff. I mean,
wow.
They've taken first blood, take that away as well. That's an amazing start.
Now, Lee Sin doesn't really need the blue buff as much as other junglers, so he's going to be fine jungling without it, but still, it's going to hurt them, and that means they can give the initial blue buff already to Orianna if they feel like it, and that is just going to make laning against Orianna hell for Kassadin. That's what we're looking at right now. That's pretty much the lane that I'm most interested in, because Kassadin is such an atypical pick. If they can make this work, it would be brilliant. He's actually very, very in her face, and oh, nice, gets the silence off just in time there. The bottom lane, oh, Cho'gath is actually coming in for bottom lane. He's going to come in for Rupture, not going to hit anything. Going to take a lot of damage. That means Shushay has a lot of free farms. Probably going to hit level 2 at least before Hotshot can get there.
And we've just seen St. Vicious just cross over the middle there and fire off a shot on to PK. And they're putting a lot of pressure down very early on here with Solsei.
But if you just saw that board hit Kassadin, that did almost no damage. I didn't even see it register on his health bar. So that part of the strategy at least seems to be working. And we see bottom lane actually being pushed by Fnatic really, really hard. It's a very non-traditional lane that CLG are running here, and you can see them suffer for it at first, but if they actually go in, they have so much damage output that I believe that lane could be in a lot of trouble. Although Melissan, just one of the most perfect support players that we have in Europe, he is going to keep that Ashe safe, I believe.
Well, Lamia playing it fairly offensive right now, and actually we may see a little bit of trouble up here at top. We've got Cyanide waiting in the bush, Hotshot GG playing it fairly defensively. In fact, he's positioned almost perfectly here to get away. Let's see then what Cyanide's going to do. Yeah, and he decides it's not going to be possible to get himself in there. I mean, we do have obviously a flash on Hotshot once he's got that Rupture off. If he places it right, which you can never count out with a play from Hotshot, then he's going to escape that kind of situation without too much of a problem. Yeah, Solsei actually pushed up fairly heavily here again onto that middle turret, and he needs to be very careful because, look, here comes Cyanide in behind. What's going to go off here? And he tries to get in there. Cyanide can't quite keep up with that one.
Missed the Q, very unfortunately. He could have used the Q a little bit earlier because it's very hard to hit it from this close. But it looks like, both are going to be just fine mid lane. And that is a lot of jungling time that Cyanide has lost there trying to get ganks going, actually. And that is unfortunate because St. Vicious has been in the jungle all the time. He's headed for the blue buff right now. Did I hear a flash being expended there in bot lane? No.
That's what I thought I heard as well. But
right. Doesn't look like it. All flashes, none of them seem to be recently used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just a portal.
maybe something like that.
Yeah, we saw Hotshot actually go back there and quite wisely go for wards and a few pots there because he doesn't want that Lee Sin to be coming in and causing him too many problems. Down at the bottom, you see Elements just trying to keep Melisande and Lamia back away from him.
And Orianna now with the blue buff that's just been gifted to her by St. Vicious. That means she has complete free farm. 27 her CS versus 19 only for Kassadin. Oh, that's just maybe not working as well as Fnatic hoped it would. And it looks like early advantage, I would say, definitely on CLG's side here.
Yeah, I'd say so as well. I mean, you do see that we have 600 gold or so in favor of CLG as well. 5.5 minutes gone. Sushi just trying to put some barrel pressure on there up at the top, but obviously these two are going to be very, very strong come, you know, level 6, 7, and from that point on it's going to be kind of like hitting your head against a brick wall basically for both players.
Much. Shusha is actually winning over Hotshot in CS exactly the same at the same speed that Orianna is winning over Kassadin. So those two lanes are kind of equaling each other out, but Orianna is probably going to put some pressure on the turret very soon. Yeah, there we see that was a very, very good QE combo, both hitting Kassadin. That's what I was talking about earlier today. Kassadin still very, very tanky. We've said it earlier today, Joe. Xpeak just likes to build tanky on all his casters.
Yeah, certainly. We saw him playing earlier Karthus.
Karthus and Annie.
And Annie as well.
Both Rod of Ages first. I expect to see Rod of Ages first on this Kassadin as well. Orianna now pulling nicely ahead in CS, but Ashe about 10 CS ahead, and no, we're going to be fine bot lane. Ashe about 10 CS ahead of Kog'Maw, so the bot lane seems to be going somewhat to Fnatic. Top lane still, both of them harassing each other, but Shusha is now slowly running out of mana. Of course, he can get mana back with a W, but it's not that much, and yeah, that is going to get Hotshot slowly but certainly back into the game, who gets a lot more health, mana and health back through his passive. Xpeak not doing so badly mid lane, considering that Orianna actually has blue buff. He's jumping in for a couple of CS. It's going to be fine. Actually takes another hit. It's still very tanky. Orianna is at 52 versus 37 CS. So Xpeak must not be feeling that great right now.
No, definitely not, but he's holding off here, and I think the longer that he goes in there and starts to build up a little bit more, he's going to be fine. I mean, he went with Doran Shield first of all. He's going to take here the blue buff away from Cyanide, so that's going to help him a hell of a lot when he comes back over into this middle lane. So I'll say just keeping that ball in its position there, trying to force PK to take that little bit extra care. We did see Hotshot go back, so he's gone back. And he's headed back up to his lane right now. Down at the bottom, pretty similar stuff going on. And there we see Big Fat LP actually hitting his ulti level now. Yeah. That can make it a bit more difficult for Lamia to be taking all this CS.
Yeah, that's actually a good harass there. That way he can get Ashe down over time. But you should be able to juke those as a pro gamer. The only thing is sometimes you have to make a choice, like you just said. Either I'm going to miss the CS, or I'm going to take a Kog'Maw ulti to the face, or to the top of my head, rather, since it's coming down from above. Oh, Kassadin going in very aggressive against Orianna there in mid lane, is silencing her as well. That is the strength of Kassadin against any other caster. If he can get his combo off in time and can get in range for his silence, then there's not much they can do in terms of an answer. And there is Shusha waiting in the wings.
This could be dangerous if he gets his ulti off in the right position. Solsei is
going home.
Actually going to portal back. Is Shusha going to come in? Oh, and that arrow just skimming past Solsei. That was ridiculously close.
But now Solsei feels safe because the arrow has just been used.
They know he's there. There's a ward. They've seen him coming up. So Vicious comes in. Ulti used. There we see the silence coming out, and the Riftwalk already used. Nicely done, though, by Solsei to keep him held back. So Vicious actually surviving that one with just 20 HP.
Wow.
Basically dead in that one, but nicely done again by Solsei. Great use of the ball there in mid.
Perfect Orianna out. He couldn't have been better, flinging both of them away. And actually Solsei's built a Chalice first. We don't see that very often on Orianna. Yep. It's a very defensive build. Where is the Gangplank ulti been used? Oh, mid lane is the pushback. Okay, that's fine. So what was I going to say? Yeah, that is a very defensive build, but it does make sense against the Kassadin, and that also means she'll always have enough mana to be useful in a team fight. That's a very, very dangerous thing with Orianna. Orianna is almost as dependent on blue as Anivia is. And yep, missing another Kog'Maw ultimate there. It's something you should be able to dodge. I mean, you see it coming, you have plenty of warning elements in the bushes. It's not going to give up those bushes, and Lamia wisely not pushing his luck too much there.
Yeah, definitely doesn't want to be pushing in for that one. Hotshot just getting himself back into lane. We actually saw Xushi go home. Needlessly large rod is already bought there. That's
the new school Xushi build. I was talking to him before. He said, I used to go for something defensive first rod.
Oh, down at bottom, we're seeing a push actually. Lamia's very, very low. And actually the ulti not working out so perfectly. Pushed Big Fi LP away. And I think they could have possibly got that kill there with Lee Sin had Janna not pushing away. Obviously the heal was a big part of it as well to help out. But I think they could have possibly had that one.
Nice ulti there from Lee Sin, actually going in and pushing Big Fat out, but it wasn't enough. Big Fat had his flash up. So yeah, Xushi seems to be going for the straight aggression right away, not building a lot of ages, going straight for that death cap. And I guess he can afford it because he's going to have Lee Sin and he's going to have Kassadin to be tanky and in the enemy's face. Actually, that's a good point. Very much movement there on Team Fnatic. Lots of champions that can jump at them, jump at the enemy. Saint Vish is now setting up for a gank against Xushi, but changing his mind. I'm not sure what's going on. Xushi is actually committing, going in, and there's Saint Vish now. There's the movement speed buff. He's gonna put a Q down, and oh, nice ultimate, putting him into tower range, actually putting him into dangerous levels of health. Beautiful play there from Cho'gath.
Damn oranges, keeping Tim Vicious alive there. And Shushi's not giving this one up. Ah, there goes the ulti down. Shushi's not going to get through that one and be able to catch him. PK comes in, Rift Walk from behind. And well, PK, is he going to hang around this tri-bush and try and put some pressure in onto Cho'gath? No, he's going back. Cyanide is actually having to cover middle, but that's given Solsei a good few hits off on that turret. Shield stopping him from taking too much damage. And yeah, again, perfectly done. Ball straight into the bush. PK spotted first of all. Down on the bottom we saw Kog'Maw go back as well. And there's picked up Madrid Razors.
Okay, yeah, so he's going to definitely build a Blood Razor because that just scales so nicely, that stacks nicely with his W. Mid lane, it looks like Kassadin having some trouble defending against Orianna. He's putting a lot of damage into that tower. That's not what you want to see. Then again, he should be able to just go out there and, well, no, he's scared. Okay, well, he probably knows he's going home right now. He needs to be careful though. No, if he goes home, he's probably going to lose that tower. Bottom lane, I just want to say Ashe already has the BF sword, and with a shield from Janna, she has 184 AD. Mid lane, Lee Sin is now coming in from behind for a gank. Let's see if he can actually make anything happen, but XP is completely out of mana. Nice ulti there. Oh, unfortunately whiffing the Q. Cyanide not convincing me with his Lee Sin today. Top lane, Xushi putting a lot of damage against Hotshot, who barely flashes out of that ultimate and is going to be safe for now. He's going to get all that health back with his passive. Oh, that's just frustrating.
Well, I mean, Solsei surely will be taking this middle turret down. I mean, Cyanide putting pressure on as much as he can, but it's not going to be anything that will actually stop this turret going down. So 1-0.
At the same time, CLG are taking the dragon. Look at that. A very, very quick dragon, completely uncontested, and they're building an even greater advantage for themselves here. That's just very unfortunate. The Kassadin mid against Orianna just didn't work at all. I'll just have to say it right now. 103 versus 58. The CS, that's sad.
It's a huge amount.
That's very, very sad.
13 minutes in.
Yeah. 115 to 97, the bot lane, that's very close. 101 to 86, not quite as close, but still okay in top lane. It's just mid lane that's letting down Fnatic right now. The jungler also not doing quite as well for Fnatic. A couple of attempted ganks that could have been better with the Q actually hitting the enemy champion instead of a minion. Kassadin, I'm not quite sure what he's doing right now. He's setting up, actually, if you look at the place where Kassadin is right now, this is a beautiful place because he can rift walk straight down. If you rift walk across more than half the territory, you appear on the other side of the terrain. You appear at the other side of the terrain. And that's what he was hoping for, but Big Fat LP playing very, very defensively.
We've actually seen Lamia already got Bloodthirster as well.
Oh, wow.
126 to 102 down at the bottom. Obviously, that Madrid Razor's pickaxe as well for Big Fat GG. And here comes the gank. PK's in there. Riftwalk surely going to get himself in. He was actually knocked away by Elements. And he's going to take the run through the Gangplank ulti anyway, just to get himself away. But He's not done yet. He's not done yet. Is he going to come in? No, he can't. Actually, we'll put the silencing elements, and he's done around about half HP damage to him. Not bad whatsoever. Up at top, Xushi is putting on pressure to Hotshot again. But again, we've talked about that upper lane. It's kind of banging your head against a brick wall. PK is still hanging around this bottom area. Lamia is there. PK actually took the damage from the tower there, and they're going to push through anyway. Nicely done from Fnatic again. Rift walking from PK. So Vicious has to go away. And
mid lane, Silent is having a lot of trouble here against Salsy's Orianna. Salsy cannot press any further, but Silent is going down to half health, and he cannot really